Here's the undercarriage of the Rubicon. When we do our lifts here, suspension, everything, all the components get completely dropped. So we actually take the axle completely off of the Jeep. It gets completely media blasted. As you see, it's a perfectly smooth finish. Same thing with the diff covers, and obviously brand new tie rod bar, tie rod ends, Rubicon Express extreme duty track bar, fully adjustable obviously, new drag link bar. All the ends on everything are also brand new. Fox steering stabilizer, Fox suspension all the way around. New coils obviously, new bump stops, sway bar end links. Literally everything in this whole front is new. We also have brand new control arms, and you'll see all the hardware throughout the entire Jeep we replace with grade 10 hardware. One technician installs it, and a second tech comes through and torques everything and marks it. So that's what those marks are everywhere. The front differential was fully serviced. It was drained, inspected, bearings, everything completely cleaned up, new synthetic gear oil, and of course sealed. As you see, this thing is extremely clean. We have a brand new oil pan as well, with once again all new hardware. I mean, a Jeep like this probably has a couple $100 worth of hardware underneath. So all new pan here, new control arms front and lower all the way around, new rear main seal, new oil pan gasket obviously up top, new valve cover gasket. We used to clean the oil or transmission pans, now we just replace them. So brand new transmission pan. Of course, the transmission was fully serviced as well. Drive shaft was dropped, media blasted, recoated, completely smooth. Any pinion seals that need to get done were done. Skid plate, once again, completely removed, media blasted, cleaned up, and finished with a beautiful undercarriage paint that's going to make it look good for a long time. All new grade 10 hardware. Take a look at the floor pan, very, very clean. Transmission also removed, cleaned up, and sprayed for a brand new look, nice and clean. All the lines and everything, as you see, are in phenomenal condition. Moving to the back, we have a brand new Banks exhaust system, stainless steel, new lower control arms, new upper control arms, all new hardware. Of course, same thing with the rear axle. It was dropped, media blasted, cleaned up, and then refinished with a really nice finish. Same thing with the sway bar end link, new control arms on this side obviously. We have a extreme duty rear adjustable track bar in the rear as well. Once again, all new hardware. Fox suspension out back as well, coils, bump stops, everything. And look how smooth all this is. A lot of time. This is the undercarriage of this Jeep to drop everything, refinish everything, install it, from a guy that's worked with me for 8 years. He's got about 3 weeks in all this, just underneath side of it. So very, very tedious. Same thing with the fuel tank, dropped completely. I mean, you won't see a fuel tank that smooth on a TJ. So all this stuff is absolutely brand new, phenomenal condition. Got the tire carrier. Clean as can be. Absolutely gorgeous TJ right here. There's not one item that's going to be leaking or seeping or anything. So
good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis AutoSports. Excited to offer you guys, as you'll see in this video, a gorgeous 2006 Jeep Wrangler TJ Rubicon. This is a one owner, Carfax certified, guaranteed Jeep with a flawless history. Carfax is absolutely impeccable. Clean and clear title with 44,000 original and documented miles. This Jeep came to us 100% original. All of the upgrades and services mentioned in this video were done here in-house by Davis AutoSports. This is a silver TJ. Sometimes the silvers can appear to be white on video. We are also shooting this in 4K, so if you have the ability to watch it in 4K, please do so. This is an automatic transmission, factory Rubicon, 44,000 miles, and probably the cleanest TJ currently on the market. We do have a 3,000 mile TJ getting ready to hit the market, but this thing is absolutely gorgeous. We'll get into some of the upgrades here in a moment, but the first thing I want to concentrate on is the paint. Absolutely stunning paint on this TJ. It came in beautiful condition. We still performed our full paint correction service. If you're unfamiliar with a paint correction, it's a service that we provide. Takes on a silver Jeep, you're not as long as the darker color Jeep, but it's about a 4-day process. Essentially, it's a light wet sanding, high-speed buffing with compound, and a polish with a polisher. It's a tedious process, but the end result is beautiful, beautiful paint. Nice shine, smooth finish. It gets out all the swirl marks. If you see when the sun's hitting it, vehicles without paint correction, when that sun hits, I mean, you can almost see through the clear coat into the base silver. You typically have swirl marks. If you were to take a regular terry cloth or even a microfiber and over the years go back and forth, you're going to get the swirl marks and the hazing. And the paint correction essentially sands a very thin layer of clear coat off, and then we bring the existing layer back to life, almost like sanding wood with different grits of sandpaper. But so that process was done on all of the silver paint all the way around. From there, we removed the factory Rubicon flares, which these are factory. We sanded those down. We painted those with automotive paint, both the exterior of the flare and the inside backside of the flare as well. So all 4 flares were removed, painted, and reinstalled. All the lighting is in beautiful condition. The bezels, door handles are in great condition. So the good thing about painting the flares is it's nice, and it's got a deep black finish. There's no armor all or tire shine or anything like that on the flares to give them that look. Once again, when the sun hits the paint, no swirl marks, no imperfections. That's dust right there. Getting some pollen here in Richmond this time of the year. So up front, we have a heavy duty, this is all brand new stuff, heavy duty front bumper, synthetic 9,500 pound winch, 20-inch flush mount LED light bar, D-rings. We have a full suspension and steering package. We just went with a nice subtle 2.5-inch lift. However, every single steering and suspension component, everything is replaced, even bushings. So I'll sort of go through everything that we did. We have up front brand new coils. We have Fox shocks all the way around. As we're here, take a look at the wheel well, how clean everything is. In addition to all the steering and suspension components, we have all brand new hardware. There's a little bit of dirt on everything as we've been driving the Jeep, breaking it in and everything, but every single nut and bolt is replaced with grade 10 hardware. So everything from tie rod bar, tie rod ends, brand new, drag link bar, Rubicon Express track bar, coils, all 8 control arms. We'll actually do a video. We'll get this thing on a lift and do a full video of everything underneath. But in a nutshell, all 8 control arms, all 4 shocks, coils, steering stabilizer, sway bar end links, you name it. Literally, it's been done, everything. And we did, just because it's a 2.5-inch lift, we have factory spec control arms, but they're all new bushings, new hardware. The frame on this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I'll get into the servicing aspect here in a moment, but as you see, new control arms, upper and lower. The TJs have 8 control arms. Most all 2.5-inch systems out there maintain factory control arms, so we just put brand new ones on. We have a stainless steel Banks exhaust system that we installed as well. We have a brand new rear tire carrier that we installed. We also have a rear forged track bar that we installed. Fox shocks in the back, obviously. Service wise, this thing, we service the heck out of this thing. Brand new rear main seal, brand new valve cover gasket, brand new oil pan and oil pan gasket. Your entire drive line, your front differential, transmission, transfer case, and rear differential have been fully serviced with all synthetic fluids, resealed. Obviously, everything looks beautiful, nice and clean, just absolutely ready to go. When we service the transmission, what we're doing now in most of our TJs, instead of cleaning up the transmission pan, we just install new pans. They look good. It's just one of the many things that we do here. We like everything to be new and look new and everything else. So you have a new oil pan besides the gasket and a new transmission pan. So when you look underneath of this Jeep, everything is just super, super clean. I do get some questions. These markings on the hardware, we have one technician install everything, torque everything, and then we have a second technician that did not build it go through and retorque, and once they retorque everything, they mark it off that a second tech has spec'd everything out. So make sure to go to our website if you're viewing this on YouTube at davisautosports.com. When I do these videos, I just go through everything off the top of my head that we did. There's usually so much more information on there that we did to it. One nice thing about a 40,000 mile one owner Rubicon, brand new but factory, it's original, but brand new condition windshield. I mean, there's not, from what I see, a single chip, and this thing's 100% original. This has been a garage kept. I mean, look at that windshield. 100% original. Even the seal's perfect. You don't get that unless this thing's been in the garage its whole life. Go ahead and show you guys the engine bay as well. I want to show you guys this part of the fenders. 90% of the TJs that we come across, it's nothing that the owner did or didn't do, but this area of flares on TJs, if you're buying TJs, make sure to check out this part right here, which you don't see when the hood is shut. It covers it. Has a tendency, it's a flat spot. Water sits there if they're kept outside, and it'll either start to get some surface rust or the paint starts to thin. So make sure to check out that spot anytime you buy a TJ. And as you see, I mean, it's absolutely brand new on this guy right here. Back firewall is spotless. You can still see the Chrysler on the injectors. I mean, all the lines perfectly clean. That's a factory marking, which you don't see. Just a beautiful, beautiful find. Our mechanics, if you happen to notice the light was off, but it's because the wire's off. Our tech's obviously disconnected, but that light does work. I just rehooked it. I believe service-wise, we ended up doing some pinion seals as well. I mean, this thing is overly serviced. There's absolutely nothing that you're going to have to do when you take ownership of this. Non-smoker. We also have a flush LED brake light in there. It does have an integrated tow hitch. Very clean. We have all of the books and manuals. Every single book is in here from when it was bought brand new, even like the lemon law stuff, the service books, everything. You also have the original window sticker, which is very nice to have. This obviously being the last year of the TJ, it being a Rubicon, one owner, 44,000 miles. It's the right one to buy. Very clean interior. And that windshield is literally perfect.